Hey buddy, it's Invicta. It's time another Eden Run here, the Binding of Isaac Victor Repentance series. Happy Saturday, Mosh Pit. You all did it. We're now only 9 away, down to the single digits from the Glitch Chaos run, which of course is going to be Glitch Crown plus all blind items plus Crown, or plus Chaos on the YouTube save file, which is going to be absolute insanity. Thank you all very much. We're almost there. Keep it up, Mosh Pit. Let's finish this week strong. Go on to the new week. Here's your artwork slash picture of the day. I'm going to call it artwork because it is a thing of art here. Sent in by Retro Prime on the Invicta subreddit. He simply just said, after a stressful day, ... I love everything. There's so much to unpack out of this one photo. You have to go check out the full resolution on this Invicta subreddit. I love the old TVs. I actually commented on it a couple days ago when I was like, those old TVs are awesome, the one on the left-hand side there. But of course, this is a very flattering photo. I do appreciate that, Retro Prime. And this kind of stuff just really makes me happy, because just to know that, like, hey, we all love to sit down and relax. I love to watch my YouTubes. You all love to watch your YouTubes. And the fact that I'm some of y'all's favorite YouTube to watch, it just makes me good inside. And just see that actually in a picture is really cool. So thank you very much, Retro Prime, and everyone who upvoted that one. Here's your seed of the day. It's going to be Pedguin 6VLX. Yep. I have to tell Ped that he's got an Isaac seed named after him now. Okay. Oh, it's also Curse the Maze. Okay. All right. So we've got good tiers, good damage, decent movement speed, bad shot speed. Good Lord. But I mean, again, as we always say in these runs, if the shot speed is the thing that you have to worry about or complain about at the start of a run, I think you're going to be all right. We're also starting off with Shade and the Tear Detonator, which can be quite good if you have the right tear effects. It's very good, particularly speaking with like Jacob's Ladder or with any sort of piercing shots. It's very good. But other than that, it's kind of it's an okay item. You can do better. And we are going to get Mini Mush here, which is going to give us a range up as well as a speed up, but a size down, which is not necessarily a negative. And there's also the Heart Locket, which, I mean, Mom's Locket, sure, it allows us to heal for a whole heart instead of half of a heart, I guess. So yeah, you see the sort of splitting nature there of the Tear Detonator, which can be, again, quite useful. The only problem with the Tear Detonator is that it just doesn't charge up as fast as you would like. Unlike Isaac's tears, this is not dependent on how many tears you fire. It's literally just like a cooldown, like Guppy's head or Tammy's, or actually not even Tammy's head, but you know, something that recharges. And actually, now I think about it, Guppy's head also doesn't recharge, so just strike that from the record. You don't have enough money to get either the Soul Heart or the member card. So what I'm trying to say is that there's no real reason for us to really go out of the way to get something out of our shop. We could bomb it, but before we worry about that third Soul Heart, let's go find the boss and go take him out first. Gotta be careful of these mega troll bombs there. Also, our passive is Shade, by the way, if you did not know. The Shade is going to basically follow Isaac around and basically just go where we went, except deal contact damage. It can be destroyed and then turns into, like, the Shadow. Ooh, there's a double tinted rock in here. There'd be a double tinted rock up in here. It's actually right there. This one right here. If you look at that really, really closely, you see a little dark cross or an X, depending on how you look at it. This rock right here. Right there. Right there. The one that Shade's bumping up against. So it's going to crack. Then we're going to see if we can get the Super Secret Room along with the double tinted rock. We get 2 Soul Hearts as well as a key. So now we don't really have to worry about getting that Soul Heart out of the shop. We could focus on either getting the membership card or maybe we can go back and get the Soul Heart, I guess. Or maybe, well, let's see who the boss is first. I'm guessing Monstro. Oh, it's gonna be Blighted Ovum. Did we have Blighted? I think we had Blighted Ovum yesterday. In that that not so great run. That run was, oh wow, Shade just went absolute Mr. Universe on Blighted Ovum there. Yeah, yesterday's run was not. It wasn't good until it was. That's just the nicest way I can describe that one. I was actually kind of hoping we were going to get a little bit of HP here so we can have some early sack room plays. Obviously, with only Soul Hearts, it's not going to happen anytime soon, but I was thinking about the next floor. Yeah, it was definitely a run that had to be seen to be believed. And for sure, I think that it was a run that, you know, the Struggle Bus enjoyers would love, the min-maxers would definitely love, because we actually had to do a lot of that. And I also had to actually, like, you know, I had to give it some thought yesterday. It was not an easy run to overcome, that's for sure. But shout out to the D and Fizzle for making it possible. But that was yesterday's run. Today's run is not that run. We'd love to get a little bit of extra tiers. We did get our movement speed kind of fixed a little bit, so I'm fine with that. 1.34 is not the best, but it's not the worst. So, and that's definitely the last stat that we need, other than range right now. Butter's interesting. I'm not going to worry about Butter right now. We can bomb 3 Skull Monty here to get maybe a key or 2 back. And we got 1 back, so now we can go into the shop while we're here. And you hear that? You hear the Charm of the Vampire sound. That is us. That's from us going to locked doors. That's from the mom's locket trinket. Now, one thing I would love to get is obviously the treasure map, but we need to get enough we need to get enough money for it first, and the secret room should be below here. Now, the reason why Butter is interesting because Butter will drop one of our items down on the ground. If there's a reroll machine inside of, like, say, I don't know, maybe a secret room, that would give us the possibility of being able to create our own secret room items and then re-rolling them, assuming that we have enough money to actually roll through them. Check this item room here. Oh, baby. It's gonna be a Tech 1 type day today. I'm down for it. Sorry about all the throat clearing. I think it's actually my voice, my throat, like, I don't want to jinx it. I don't want to jinx it, but I did go through yesterday without coughing. I think that the healing process is starting to go on for whatever damage was done or whatever the heck happened to the vocal cords. I'm still trying not to overdo it. Ooh, the Eternal Heart. But yeah, I think that's what's kind of replacing the cough right now, I think. But again, I'm not gonna jinx it. Let's take baby steps here, people. It's been months at this point, is what it feels like anyway. If you're wondering what the tier detonator does when we have Tech 1, it does that, which is nothing. I think excuse me a second. Grab a drink of water real quick. I think you actually have to hit the tier detonator while your tiers are in the air in order for it to go on, or to go off. But yeah, with Tech 1, we don't really need the tier detonator anymore because, I mean, come on, Tech 1, you gotta love Tech 1. Tech 1's one of the OGs. One of my favorite tier effects in the entire game. It's got piercing. It's got unlimited range. It scales extremely well with tiers, and yeah, it is definitely a double deal. Okay, we don't have any bombs, so we can't get into our donation machine. I do want to go into the curse room at least. I'm going to be very sad if we can't get the treasure map out of this. We have Vengeful Spirit, which is not what I want. Gonna buy a bomb, and then, I mean, this is just to get the treasure map, and we gained 2 cents out of that. Okay, so it does not look like we're gonna be able to get the treasure map, unless we somehow randomly find 2 cents. This could also be a bombs or key pill, but are we really gonna go down that rabbit hole? I don't think so. Our last ditch effort would be to go into the alt path room, and there's nothing in there. All right. Fair enough. For last week's question of the episode, we go over to Retrograde Recall, who is the person who actually put that post up there, because I did not get to the video in time. I don't remember what I was doing, but by the time I was going to post, it was like 4 hours after the video came out. So shout out to Retrograde Recall for posting up the question of the episode, which is, what is your take on the Dark Chest skip now that you've seen it used in a very strategic way? What are your thoughts on that? And I know that we've had that question before, but the last time that we had that question, it wasn't really like all that great of a showing for it. But that time around on last Saturday, it was one of those times where it was like, yeah, that it made total sense. So, and of course, I am going to read Retrograde Recall's most upvoted comment, since it was the pinned one as well. They said, personally, I prefer clearing rooms so I can get more pickups. I've been playing the Lost for about 1 year, and it charges my Eternal D6 to roll stuff. Yeah, you can't really play the sack room for the dark skip. So I think what they're talking about is when you go to the dark room and then you can re-roll all the devil deals and that sort of thing as a loss. At least I think that's what they mean. Second most upvoted comment came in from the perennial, one of the perennial Mosh Pit commenters, Mello, who said, if you get the Soul Heart payout and you're confident that you can beat the dark room, I see no issue with it. Yeah, and I mean, that's if and only if. But there are certain situations where, you know, you can do the dark room skip to go straight to the chest and just be done with it, especially if you don't need any achievements, or if you just happen to have like a really crazy run and you for some reason need the lamb achievement, then that's another surefire way of getting there. Obviously getting the Soul Hearts payout is huge, but I wouldn't necessarily say it's required, at least not for me anyway. And the third most upvoted comment came in from Emil, who said, if you're trying to get some fast wins for your streak, it's great, but if you have a negative win streak like me and playing the game to see new synergies, you don't want to skip it. I don't really think we want to go into any of those locks there. We want to go into this. We want to go into the shop first. But yeah, that's the kicker too, right? Is the fact that, you know, you have to. You don't necessarily, just because you can doesn't mean you should, right? There are certain times where, like, if you're just trying to get just a bunch of rapid run, like speed runs and stuff, go like that, just to get your win streak counter up or whatever, then that is definitely the best way to do it, assuming that you have the ability to facilitate such a powerful run against the end game bosses. But if you don't, then obviously I don't recommend it. You want to go, I mean, that's the whole thing about roguelites, right? Especially for Isaac, is you want to get as powerful as possible. You want to be at your utmost power before you get to the final boss, because the final boss will always be at that power level, right? You got to get above 9,000. So I don't know how we got hit there. I think he spawned a trite on us, but I'm not sure. That goes Rag Mega, and we get a range upgrade. That's just super duper great. It's really, really great. It's gonna be great for our unlimited range Tech 1. We can go in the curse room. We might as well, since we have so much HP. Hey, there we go. And a strength card. Okay. Okay, the strength card we can use for a double deal. And boy, howdy, we're done with floor 3 after after pre-sub 10 minutes, as opposed to yesterday's run. You know, with Isaac, you never know. Okay, yeah, we'll take all this. Holy Grail's giving us flight and an Eternal Heart. And that will also give us access to this Soul Heart over here as well. Wow. Yeah, so there you go. Curse Room actually paying out for once in a good way. But that's the thing with Isaac, man, is that you just never know. You never know what you're going to get. And, you know, I didn't start yesterday's run with any sort of expectation, but after I got done with it, I was happy that it was over. Pardon me a second, take another sip of water here. We have the coupon, of course, which we can use for a double deal. It's cool how Shade also gets flying as well, since obviously Shade can't go where we can't go. Hoping that we get car battery would be great. Anything that gives us more charges for the coupon would be great. Now, another nice little passive of the coupon is that as soon as you pick it up, it automatically gives you the Steam sale power for one singular shop item every time you go into the shop, a new shop anyway. So it will always mark off one item at random whenever you have the coupon. That's passively. Don't expect it to go to premium items, obviously. If it does, you can't see. I jinxed it. A little bit of that water went down the wrong pipe too, so because I was trying to hurry before the commercial break ended. Also, people are saying that the commercial breaks now apparently they no longer skip through the audio like they used to, which is good. I'm still going to do the pauses anyway, though, because it does help with the ad placement for YouTube. I figured that was going to happen. But honestly, that's fine because we needed bombs anyway, so. And we could take the glowing hourglass. Ooh, no, especially we can. We could take the glowing hourglass if we really, really wanted to over the coupon. I think that's just an all-around, just flat-out better move. It would help us take pills and stuff as well. And of course, the biggest thing about the glowing hourglass is that it would undo any bad damage that we might incur. I'm going to take small rock because we have flying, so we can be forgiven for having a little bit of lower movement speed in conjunction with just being more mobile. And look at that, we're able to get Parasitoid as well, which it does proc from Tech 1, so it's not a useless tier effect. And with this golden key, it's going to allow us to save a key whenever we go into anything that is locked, like this, just for no reason at all, just to do it. Profit half of a soul heart here, I'm fine with that. Yeah, we'll take Mom's Contact as well. The Mom transformation, no big deal. We are probably not going to get a full charge here. So I'm just going to go ahead and take the Hourglass now, just in case we do take any bad damage. The glowing Hourglass will also allow us to take blind items and pills, by the way. Just in case if we get screwed, we can just simply undo it. But again, the priority is going to be undoing any bad damage that you suffer inside of any room. Careful, Mom's Contacts. I freaking knew it. I saw that happen. I was like, is she going to charge or is she going to keep going where she was going? You failed me for the last time, Mom's Contacts. Bro, it's freaking Gertie Jr. I know that we got a movement speed down from Small Rock, but come on now, that's ridiculous. Another range upgrade. And I am going to take the Pascal Candle, not going to take Lazarus's Rags, because I do want to have the tier effects go up every time we clear a room. By tier effect, I meant the tier delay. We want it to go down. So every time that we clear a room, we're going to get a tiers buff, a pretty massive one of that, thanks to the Pascal Candle. And as long as we don't take damage, it's going to continue to climb up to a cap. Then once we do take damage, it will go back down to our default base stat and then start over again. So it's very, very good at increasing your DPS very rapidly, especially if you already have a powerful build where you can clear rooms pretty consistently without ever taking damage. So you see right here, we're now up to 5.1 attacks per second. And that's all thanks to the Pascal Candle here. Was the longest troll bomb I think I've ever witnessed. So you see we're just blasting him down. So it does break the tiers cap, but obviously we still want to get a tiers upgrade. Man, we're at 14 minutes without we're already close to the end of floor 5. That is incredible. What a day a difference. what a difference a day makes in the world of Isaac. I bomb the Charge Beggar here just so we can get an increased amount of Devil Deal or Angel Deal status, since we don't have a Devil Deal yet. I could take the pill, but again, I'm just going to wait on that. I know there was a pill on the last floor too, but I just purposely ignored it. Could take Piggy Bank. I'm not sure if the secret room's there or not. It is not. Could take the Piggy Bank here if we really thought that we're going to take a lot of damage. I mean, it's floor 5, so I don't think that we're going to need the Piggy Bank. Truth be told, like, even though I said that we kind of vindicated ourselves a little bit because we had flying for taking that movement speed down from Small Rock, it is actually low-key kind of hurting us a little bit here with these dodges. We could be dodging better. The Greed fight. Just blast him down. No big deal. The movement speed's definitely hurting now. We should still be okay for boss rush, but we need to stop finding these dead ends and start finding the right ends, the alive ends. Okay, Little Horn's fine. If we suffered any unacceptable damage in the curse room, we could have just undone it. We could have undid it. Undid it with the glowing hourglass, but obviously getting Little Horn is an acceptable amount of damage. And since we have not seen the shop or the item room yet, you know what that means. They are going to be adjacent from one another, at least conjoined by the same room. as we continue to look for it. Now boss rush is starting to get a little scarily low here in terms of our time left. You finally find the item room, but no shop yet. I'm just gonna save myself the trouble there. I'm not gonna bomb that tinted rock up there just because we don't need any more HP. And the only thing that we would ever take from that would be like a golden chest, and we don't need that. I mean, we could need it, but yeah, I'm a little bit hesitant just because I want to get back to boss rush. This is one of those runs where, you know, we don't necessarily need boss rush, but it would be nice since we got back-to-back range upgrades for, you know, our unlimited range item. Gonna be Reap Creep. You're seeing a nice little combo synergy there with Little Horn and Mom's Eye, freezing and also stomping away at Reap Creep. We're already on phase 3 here. Yeah, we do finally get a Tears upgrade, which is good. And Money Equals Power or Blood Rights. I'm going to take Money Equals Power. And we still have a little bit of time left before boss rush. We've got to book it. And hey, at least it wasn't a range upgrade, right? And no, taking damage through the curse rooms do not count against the Paschal Candle, as you can already see. We get a little bit of extra damage here. Lost a key there, but that's all right. A bit of extra damage. I'm going to take the Fool card so we can get out of boss rush, as this is not one of those runs where, yes, we could theoretically beat boss rush, but it's not like I really want to with this damage. 8.24, it is good. It's good, don't get me wrong, but it's not, I mean, if we don't have to beat boss rush, then I'm not going to. You know, unless we're just plowing the road and we have no care in the world here. I know. You said you were going to be taking pills. Brr, 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 brr. No, I said you could take pills. You could take pills with a glowing hourglass. Doesn't mean I'm going to. Unless, of course, we have a good reason to, or, like, you know, if I just remember it. See, the thing is that the pills have to be convenient for me, right? I'm not going to go out of my way to take pills unless if I have Virgo or PhD. Or something like the glowing hourglass trick where you can take the pills but then, like, undo it if they're bad. If I've done the boss already and it's like on the way to where I'm going, then sure. Unless we really truly need something out of the pills, which right now, I mean, movement speed would be nice. Tear is obviously nice. Something we need, not really, except movement speed. Nice freeze there by Mom's Eye. I'm going to try to keep her relegated to the middle of the room as much as possible. We don't get a devil deal. Ooh, Sharp Straw will be great, but so is Spectral Tears. Spectral Tears Tech 1 is just... It's hard to top. And if we get lucky enough, we might get a 5 room. No, it's going to be in the room D Twanky. Wow, look at all that stuff. Okay, well... I'm going to take the Hermit card for the teleport. We're going to re-roll everything on the ground. We get another golden chest and a bunch of keys and some hearts. No sacrifice room that we know of. We get shot speed, which... yep. Shot speed doesn't really do much for us with Tech 1. And as much as I would have loved to have taken Sharp Straw, and much as I would have loved to have taken Tiny Planet, it's hard to say no. It really is hard to say no to Spectral and Piercing, especially with Tech 1 and Paschal Candle. This fire rate is going to be unimpeded to the targets now, which is exactly what you want. You know, the amount of damage that we can dish out with Tech 1 is just beautiful. And to not have to worry about environmental objects like skulls and rocks and mushrooms, that sort of stuff, is truly a blessing. Ooh, clubs doubles our bombs. See, now we can take pills because they're on the way. See, Tears down, and we say nope. Ooh, clubs doubles our bomb. And now we can take pills to see if what we can get. See, Tears down, nope. two of clubs, which is going to double our bombs. And now we can see what pills we get, see what we can take.
Tears down.
Two of clubs doubles our bomb. And now we can take the... our keys there. Good. All right. So we still can find a sack room. We get lucky. And there's absolutely enough HP to make it happen here. But there's no sack room, so. All right. Might be a donate. No, it won't be a donation machine. We've already blown it up. We could potentially get a blood bag, though. It would be nice. No blood bag. All right. Could we go back and go get those hearts? Yeah, we could. Am I? Nah. If you really truly need the movement speed, I mean, we do need the movement speed, but it's not like we're weak. That's the difference, too, is that, like, this is not a situation where, yes, we do need movement speed. It threatens our existence in this run. This is we need movement speed because we just want to go faster. I will take Perfection. Why not? Perfection did well for us yesterday. So, why take the Hermit card when there's no more shops? Well, if you use the Hermit card or the Stars card on a floor that does not have either an item room or a shop, you still teleport. And it's going to be just randomly. It can take you to the boss room if you're lucky. It can take you to the room next door. Or if you're like us, it can take you to the exact same room that you just left. Before you say that doesn't happen, it's happened many times. In fact, the Hermit card loves to do that. The Stars card doesn't really like to take you to the same room all that often, but it does happen on occasion. But the Hermit card, boy howdy. Let me tell you something, brother. That's Squeezy? We got Squeezy just randomly. Okay. Definitely take that. Gonna take the half heart as well, just because if we do get hit down to a half heart, it'll still do the Necronomicon effect thanks to the negative. And this is, yeah, there's the entire map, everybody. Queen of Hearts. Now, the Queen of Hearts... we find a sacrifice room, maybe. Maybe, but the thing is that we don't really have a lot of HP, so...
Queen of
yeah.
Hearts.
And no, the half... even though I deliberately just talked about having a half heart there, it's not that big of a deal at this level of damage that we've got here. It's not imperative. This is a very odd map. I don't know if it's going to curve around to the left or it's just going to dead end here. It looks like it's going to dead end. I'd be surprised if it keeps going. Oh, yeah. So this looks like it might be the right way now. Possibly. Wow, it is. Color me surprised. If we had the treasure map, I definitely would not have thought it was going to be that close to the spawn room. Look at this absolute domination here by the piercing shots and spectral tears. Absolute domination here between the piercing shots and the spectral tears of Tech 1. I guess we'll take Maw. Yeah, we're not taking Damocles. Now, you're going to see people, so at least someone will probably say something to the effect of, if you have the glowing hourglass, you can just simply undo the damage of Damocles. That's true. That's true. You can. But what happens when you don't have the power of the hourglass anymore, and then you still get hit with Damocles? See, that's the problem. Then you still got to deal with the fact that, hey, you can still die at any time. And, you know, my policy on Damocles is very slowly but surely changing from, I don't think that, it went from, like, I think it is a good idea. Oh, yeah, we have Money Goes Power. I forgot about that. I do think that Damocles early on, especially with an extra life, is absolutely, like, this. Like, best in slot. Like, I think that is truly spectacular. But the more that I think about Damocles, the more I'm like, it's only really good if you have the extra life and if you're strong enough to kind of get through the early game, or if you're desperate enough and you just like, I need something, like we need power immediately. that's kind of where I'm at right now with Damocles. And also, we're not at the early game anyway, so that bighorn shot kind of startled me a little bit. Get a regular old steel chest from the Tinted Rock there. Okay, good. Now, what is worth undoing is any damage that we incur right now, because A, we lose Perfection, and B, we lose the Paschal Candle, which is a large contributor to our current DPS situation. We're looking real okay right now in terms of damage. Is that a Soul Heart that dropped in there? I think that might have been a Soul Heart in there. It was, wow. It wasn't even a Tinted Rock. The big Womb 2 here. Can get real bold. That animation bug decided to screw us out of what would have been an easy kill there with the bighorn. No double deal. We could go fight Hush, but again, not really feeling it. All right, Hermit card. Let's talk shop here. There's a reason why we've had you for this long. All right, son. Need to pay attention. All right. So what we've kept you for here is to get us straight to Lamb. All right. Anything less than that is unsatisfactory and only serves to annoy me. Okay. So you get one shot and one shot only, I think, unless we can take multiple shots with the glowing hourglass, which I don't actually know. I feel like we've done this before. Is the random room that you teleport to with a card, or telepills for that matter, is that truly random? Or is it seeded in like a proc way? I guess we're going to find out. It was not worth the Soul Heart, so I'm just not going to go in there. The Golden Bomb here. I wonder, does the room that you're taking in, if you have a random... Oh my gosh, we got another Tears Up. Well, we are absolutely capped now. That you get with a random Hermit card, is that random, or is it set? We're going to find out on the next floor. As we cross the 10.7 damage mark now. Oh, there's been a lot of Tinted Rocks in this run. Even had a double Tinted Rock. Another Tinted Rock too. Good lord, man. I don't know what that is, but okay, it was a dark one. I have to try to slow down Stanley here. I hope it was going to freeze him. There we go. And you have to be careful with the feet when they get frozen with any tier effect. They will kind of bug out on you. All right, Hermit card. This is your time to shine now, son. You need to take us to the Pronops land, okay? Sin, Book of the Dead, Spirit of the Night, and Blood Oath. All right. Okay. Oh, you just take my charges away. Okay. That seems reasonable, game. It does take you to the exact same room that you were in, so it is seated. And now, on top of that funness, we've also lost our glowing hourglass. So, here's for that game. Why? I have no idea why. You would think that it would just take us back to the beginning room of the dark room and not try to take us to Sheol, which is where it tried to take us. But that's Isaac, baby. At least we get our movement speed up back from Small Rock, thanks to Sagittarius. Back to the levels that it was previously to Small Rock, is what I meant to say. And we get a strength card. Might as well take the reverse strength card, as it does make enemies take double damage. Hey, look at that. Wow, we've had some really, like, close paths to the boss. There we go. So we are going to get the easy dub here. I gotta say, shout out to the strength card, shout out to the glowing hourglass for making it possible. But really, it came down to Tech 1, shout out to the strength card, shout out to Tech 1, and shout out to the glowing hourglass. But really, I gotta hand it to the Pascal candle as well. The candle really made everything possible to go along with the tears ups that we needed in the early game. Money Equals Power definitely helped us out as well. But yeah, Pascal Candle, the rare MVP, I think I'm going to give it to you. So thank you for watching, everybody. Your question of the episode today is going to be, what is your thought on the Pascal Candle? Is it something that you've ever used before in terms of, like, with Rock Bottom? Do you try to preserve it as much as possible? Is it worth using and saving when you have the glowing hourglass? Post them in the comments down below. Hope you have a great start to your Saturday, everyone. And as always, I'll see you all next time. Until then, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. I'd like to thank some patrons of mine like Yanis and Crypto14. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of an Isaac episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find at patreon.com/Sinvicta.